I think what I would say is, and this is involved with my hope, I think, is even for the future, is that we have drawn on what this diocese has been for decades, which has been a diocese that has been at the edge of creative thinking, of theological exploration, pushing boundaries, inclusion. And I think what I would say that I'm most proud of, if that's the right category, is the way that we moved through some difficult times around particularly the welcoming and openness to gay and lesbian people. Not that that work is finished. Where we are in a place where, yes, we continue, and I'll say some things about this in my address, actually, but not that we or anyone is of one mind about those issues, and we ought not to be of one mind in a sense that creative conversation is always welcome, but that the welcoming and the openness and the receiving of people of the LGBTQ community has become nearly normative. I hear very little about it as I go around the diocese. And again, I want to be clear, not that we're finished, and we still have lots of work to do around the way that we offer God's welcome to all God's people. But, and again, I know this isn't happening every place, but I hear from people in the parishes that when parishes celebrate same-sex weddings, it's normative. It's like people barely bat an eyelash and go on. So the bigger picture of that is what I'm most proud of is the way that we are a diocese that engages a radical welcome, openness to all God's people, and that we are people who, through some really hard work, remain at the table with each other. And I think that's because we are a diocese, and here's the short answer to it. We remain centered on Jesus. And I think that's what I'm most proud of. We are people who remain centered on Jesus while we figure out all the other stuff. And by the way, we have a lot of work to do. I'm excited about some things that are yet coming up before I end my time with you. I think what I would want to say is this. One of the things I think is important for a bishop to do, and what I've tried to do, is give lots of permission. And again, we have a tradition that allows lots of possibility and creativity, liturgically, theologically. One of the things that I think we are as a diocese is that we are a diocese that embraces theological thinking that is expansive, that is allowed to be creative. I want us to be a place of generous orthodoxy. Again, remaining centered on Jesus, but free to think and believe out there on the edges as God continues to do God's work among us. Give lots of permission liturgically. You know, there are a lot of rubrics in the prayer that say you may do this. There are very few things that say you must do this. So lots of liturgical creativity. And now I'm going to go into some really dangerous territory. I'm going to leave you with this. And, you know, and the reason I say dangerous, the sitting bishop is not to interfere in any way, and I will not, in the election of a new bishop. But I'm going to walk up to the edge right now. I'm going to walk up to the edge right now and say, don't you dare elect anybody who will not continue to do that with you. Don't you dare. Thank you.